the figure that has been disgustingly oversupplied, but surprisingly holds its own really in the secondary market. We're going to talk about Hot Toys Thor from Infinity War. This is 6 Scale Economist. Let's jump right into it. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is 6 Scale Economist. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Thor from Infinity War, not Endgame. This is obviously the one that's come out a long time ago, was resupplied, and is currently still sits in stock. As always, first we're going to talk about this figure from a collection perspective, and then we're going to talk about it from an investment perspective. Taking a look at it from a collection perspective, you know, I like this Thor. Do I think it's the best version of Thor? No, I think Gladiator Thor is the best version of Thor. But with that being said, this is like the closest that you get to like the iconic Thor look, other than the Avengers Thor, which is a pretty terrible figure. So like ignoring that one, because a lot of people just straight up pass on that one. This is a really cool looking Thor, and I like it. What's the problem with this figure? The problem with this figure has just been ridiculously oversupplied, like a lot of the other Infinity War figures, like Infinity War Cap, Infinity War Mark 50, Iron Man. So that's a problem with this figure, but like, there's interesting things to talk about that from an investment perspective, and we'll get to that. But like, you know, it's a great looking Thor. Like, I really like this Thor. You know, and obviously it's very cool that we get Stormbreaker with him, but like, I wish we would have gotten Mjolnir with this Thor as well. Like, I get that obviously he used Stormbreaker in the movie, but it would have been really sick to also have a Mjolnir, especially for people who don't have a Thor in their collection, myself included currently. To have a Thor with the classic Mjolnir. But at least, I mean, we are getting it with Endgame Captain America, and I'm obviously picking up that figure, so that is nice. But like, I still haven't ordered this figure for as long as it's been sitting in Sideshow. Like, if I'm going to pick it up, I'd probably just pick it up in the secondary market, because he's around. Although he does hold his own, unlike the Mark 50, which is just just refuses to get anywhere near retail in the secondary market. Like Thor, like, you basically still have to pay retail if you want to get him. He's not like just relentlessly offered like Mark 50 is. You know, obviously the head sculpt is really cool. The likeness is pretty good to Chris Evans. I think they kind of lucked out that he wore an eye patch in the movie, so they really didn't have to totally nail the likeness. But like, Gladiator Thor is still just like the one to have for me when it comes to picking up a Thor. And taking a look at everything that he comes with, like, it's awesome. He gets lightning effects. It's cool. We get Stormbreaker. The display base is terrible, and then you get a bunch of hands. What I like about it from a collection's perspective is this can be the one Thor that people can have in their collection. The nice part that people kind of get with this Thor is you kind of luck out if you had this figure, because like the endgame version of Thor, like Fat Thor, like for the people that want just one Thor in their collection, that's probably not going to be the one that people would want to pick up. Like, you know, they want like the strong, like Thor type looking Thor. So this one like screams out to it, because you still get the red cape. Obviously, it's not exactly what you think of when you think of the classic Thor. But you know, it is closer to than how Gladiator looks. Although Gladiator just looks so badass that that just makes it the Thor to have for me. And let's just jump into it from an investment perspective. This figure, I think, will be fine in the secondary market. I get that, like, Infinity War figures are crazy oversupplied, and, like, Captain America Infinity War has a lot of issues, and, like, really just can't push through retail. And Mark 50 has even more issues. But the Thor kind of holds his own. I think it should be very telling that Thor has been in stock for this long and is still not free shipping on Sideshow, unlike Mark 50. And that just probably just goes to show, like, it's probably a sign that Sideshow, like, doesn't really have that much of an issue selling this figure. Like, Sideshow puts figures to free shipping when they're pretty concerned about being able to sell it, although there are some instances where that's not the case, like Bespin Leia. Bespin Leia was selling fine, but she still went to free shipping. I guess they just wanted to just push her out a little bit faster. But Thor is still, you know, not free shipping, which is good for it in the secondary market. But the interesting thing that I would have as a potential concern for this figure is when we got the announcement of Endgame Loki, which is basically just a reissue of the Avengers Loki, we obviously got a tease of seeing Thor. Was this intentional? Usually their teases are intentional. You know, we've seen a lot of teases in some images where we see a figure and then, like, eventually it comes out. We've also seen where it hasn't happened, like seeing Bespin Leia, and we saw Bespin Han in it, and we still haven't seen Bespin Han. But if they give us this Thor and they reissue him and they do it right, they give us a brand new head sculpt that doesn't look like crap, that could be the Thor that people would want to have in their collection. You know, to have the classic look of Thor, which would then hurt this figure in the secondary market. Because I think the big thing going for this figure is this is the classic look for Thor. It's not the best Thor, because Gladiator Thor is the best Thor. but it is the classic look, and it doesn't have like an endgame version that's going to be like the best classic look, like there is the case for that with Captain America. Captain America endgame is the classic look for Captain America, which is why that is going to likely be the best Captain America to have. Thor endgame, not so much. That's why this one has going for it. But if they end up giving us a reissue of this Thor with a proper head sculpt, then that's going to hurt this figure. So my investment recommendation would just be, if you still don't have a Thor in your collection like myself, you're probably good to just do what I'm doing, which is I'm just waiting to see what happens with this one. If this one goes to like low stock warning, I would like revisit it, take a look in the secondary market, see what type of discount I can get for getting the secondary market, although you really can't get much of a discount on this figure, and then I would consider pulling the trigger on this one. The key is to wait for as long as possible to see if we actually get a reissue of this Avengers Thor and how that one looks, and if they really do well on that one, then I'll probably pick up that one, or I'll just find a way to just go get the Gladiator Thor. Yeah. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you guys, I know a lot of you already have this Infinity War Thor, but for this is more targeted for the people that don't have this Infinity War Thor yet in their collection. Are you guys picking this figure up? Are you guys still not have a Thor like me and you're deciding what Thor you want to have in your collection? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure to like, comment, hit that sub button, and hit that notification bell. And as always, buy the dip, sell the rip. This is the way. This is 6 Economist. We'll see you in the next video.